So this here is an RO unit, so an RO filter, and I think every single person with a reef aquarium should consider having one. Your standard tropical aquariums tend to get away without them, but the reef aquariums, I think it's overly important. Now what the RO unit does is basically the water comes into the unit, goes past 3 different chambers, and then basically what it does is separate wastewater from the RO water. So the RO water means reverse osmosis, which means it's gone through a reverse osmosis filter, and basically you've got one outlet that goes off to the collection of the RO water, and then the other outlet which goes off to the drain, because as it's going through here it'll actually separate the good water which has gone through the RO membrane and the bad water that couldn't fit through the RO membrane. So basically the water goes through, and the pure water itself goes through the RO membrane. So if you imagine there's a membrane there, and then the good water goes through it and the bad water gets swept away to waste. So if you can keep both instead of running the bad water straight out to the drain, the bad water is perfect for using in your garden, your lawns, whatever you want to do, because obviously we don't encourage wasting water. But the good water, the RO water, is absolutely perfect for your aquarium. And the main thing you'll notice if you do use RO water is you'll notice that your aquarium stays heaps cleaner, because in most tap water there is silicate, and silicate encourages diatom algae, which is that light brown algae that grows everywhere. So if you do use these units, you tend to get a lot less of the light brown algae in the water, so therefore you tend to find your aquarium stays so much cleaner. And it is important to know when these chambers need replacing, because there is media inside these chambers, and depending on how many litres a day your RO is producing, you want to get a bit of an estimate according to how much you use it. So with the model you've got and with the way you use it, you want to give yourself a bit of an estimate so you know when these things need to be replaced. And if you do test the KH of the water coming out, if you find that it's 0 and you know it's not 0 going in, then that's one way of telling that the RO unit needs to be replaced. So basically, anyone with an auto top-up, I think, should have RO on it. Anyone experiencing problem with light brown algae, which is diatom algae, should consider getting one. And anyone else that's a purist, that just wants the purest, healthiest, best aquarium possible, should really consider getting an RO unit. There's many available on the market. Some of them are extremely good value. So I think you should definitely look into it.